Hello marketers, I'm Toby Murdock, the CEO of Kapost, and I'm here to talk to you today about how the Kapost system relates to marketing automation systems like an Eloqua or a Marketo, and how Kapost actually provides the content fuel which is critical to making those investments successful and driving revenue marketing outputs. To begin our story, we'll look back a little bit into a history of what the relationship between the buyer and the seller in B2B used to be and how that's evolved. So let's look at this as a mythical buyer's journey. And these are the various touch points along a buyer's journey. So you can see that marketing's involved in some of them. Maybe an advertisement touches the buyer and maybe an event. But more than anything, back 10, 15 years ago, sales was how a B2B vendor went to market, and sales had most of the interactions between the buyer and the seller. But as we fast forward to today, we can see that that buyer's journey has changed radically. And with all of the information available online, buyers are postponing dealing with salespeople, and most of those interactions happen later in the sales journey. And we can see that all these digital touch points now characterize much of the sales journey, be it blog posts, websites, videos, webinars, ebooks, emails, etc. So as B2B companies became familiar with this new reality of the buyer's journey, they had to react. And they said, gosh, someone has to now be responsible for what our buyer is doing before we're interacting with them. Someone needs to know what that buyer is doing early on in their journey and be accountable for managing that relationship with the buyer and developing the number of leads that sales is going to need to have in order to be successful. So the critical issue became, how do we get to know and track the behavior of the buyer in all this digital interaction and manage that behavior so that we could steer buyers towards becoming the leads that sales needed to become successful? This was the first great challenge. And so marketers reacted to this by starting to invest in marketing automation systems, because that's indeed what they do. A system like Marketo or Eloqua tracks the behavior, the digital body language of the buyer in all these digital interactions and uses them to create a lead score which sets the bar for what's required for marketing to deliver a qualified lead onto sales. So marketing invested significant dollars into these marketing automation systems, put a new lead quota on their shoulders, and went forth in this new era of digital marketing. But another challenge quickly came to them that said, gosh, I now have this quota, I got to hit this number of leads, and I need to do it through this now new digital dialogue that I'm having with the buyer through all these content channels and digital touch points. But I'm never going to succeed with my new responsibility of delivering to my lead quota unless I can produce all the content required to effectively have that digital dialogue with the buyer. And marketers looked into their ability to produce all this content, and what they saw was siloed teams, fragmented around different tools, and lots of internal chaos where it was extremely hard for them to produce the content they needed to succeed with their new revenue marketing responsibility. So then developed another set of technology tools, content marketing platforms. And what those tools are enable marketers to produce the quality and quantity of customer-centric content that's required to have this digital dialogue and enable marketers to succeed in their new responsibility of delivering to their lead quota. So when it comes to managing the full content lifecycle of planning, creating, distributing, and analyzing content, Kapost has developed as the recognized market leader for B2B companies to turn to as a tool to manage this entire process. So B2B marketers have gone through tremendous transformation in the last number of years. As the buyer's journey has changed and digital has hit, they've needed to react. And they've stepped up and invested in marketing automation systems so they can track the digital body language and behavior of the buyers and be responsible to a lead quota. But in order for them to get the most out of that significant investment in marketing automation and actually be able to deliver on their new responsibility, they need a system like Kapost to be able to produce all the content necessary to manage that now digital dialogue with the buyer. So a system like Kapost and marketing automation, are really two sides of the same coin that enable marketers to take on the challenge of marketing to this now digitally empowered buyer. So thanks for taking your time with me on this video. We look forward to continuing the conversation with you as you explore the challenges of digital marketing.